Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got like a whole pack here. This is the Assault Pack Pipe Gun Replacer. So, what this mod does is it replaces pipe guns with different pipe guns. Sort of, right? Like, so it gives you some more variety here. We're going to go through this. This is going to be kind of a longer video, so I'm kind of getting myself comfy right now as it is. Get my butt up in the chair. Let's get going. Okay, so we have 3 different weapons here that are added in replacement of all pipe weapons in the game. So, we have this, the homemade self-loading rifle. I got a 2-shot version. I'm just using this temporarily just to show that you can get legendary versions of these because they replace the pipe weapons. But we have a regular short handmade self-loading rifle. So we essentially have the pipe rifle, like your basic. It has a decent reload. It's, you know, it is what it is, right? It looks nice. I think it's a nice looking rifle. It looks like it's made of pipes and stuff still. It looks like it's made of parts. Like that definitely looks like the submachine gun barrel. Or the grip, the grip from the submachine gun. The base game submachine gun, but it looks like you took some pipe pieces and you made it like a rifle out of it, right? Some people have a real big problem with the way that the pipe weapons look in this game. Obviously, this is still pipe weapons, right? So like it's not like going to vastly change what it is. Homemade style weapons, but like in a different style. So this is like our most basic rifle. We also have this Restored Revolver pistol. We'll take a look at it here. So this is like a revolver. It's got like the pipe barrel and all that stuff on there. All right, like a different kind of pipe barrel. Like a pipe barrel, like the pipe, cylinder, I guess that's what we should say. And then like 44 Magnum parts. It's like, we'll shoot it off here too. But that definitely looks like the 44 iron sights, right? So it's like you took a revolver and you kind of put pipe pieces on it. Like sort of different than just making your weapon completely out of pipe. Like you had a base and then you like added to it. And then my favorite out of all these guns that is added here as a pipe weapon is, where is it at here? The short regular boomstick. So this is the pipe shotgun. Wonderful. Obviously, does not work with bullet counter reload there, as you see 5 shots, but it was very quick reload. This gun looks amazing. This handmade looking shotgun thing. We'll take a look at it, inspect it in the weapon or in the Pip-Boy here. Got a big long wood grip, piping and stuff, right? It just looks good. It looks like a pipe shotgun, and there's no pipe shotgun in the game, right? So obviously they're just like, here's the double barrel, and that's how the game usually starts you out. But this does look like a weapon that would work from my understanding of weapons. It's like got different parts in there too. That's like what the combat rifle or combat shotgun parts of the barrel and stuff, mixed with some piping and some wood slapped on there and all that stuff. Now, obviously, we have to test out the customization we can do with these weapons. We'll get to the shotgun last though, because it's my favorite. It's got a really nice reload. We'll start with the rifle here. So we got the homemade self-loading rifle. Let's take a look at this at the weapon workbench, and we'll see what we can do with it. So obviously, you can do automatic receivers on this because you can have an automatic pipe rifle, automatic version of this, automatic receiver, advanced receiver. So this by default also shoots 5mm ammunition, which is an interesting thing. It's different than the pipe rifle that still requires gun nut 4. Powerful automatic receiver. We can make it automatic. Let's see. And then we can do short barrel, short ported, long ported. Pretty. I imagine the attachments here are going to be pretty similar. We'll do long ported barrel. And then we can do stocks and all the things. Short stock is really no stock. It's just kind of cut off there. No recoil control at all. Light stock, full stock, improved full stock, recoil compensating stock, improved recoil compensating stock, and marksman stock. Like a huge amount of attachments still. But I imagine, like I put a marksman stock on here, this looks like it's going to look a lot more like a gun, right? We have like almost like an M16 stock on there. Like instead, it's a lot less pipey, I guess. It's homemade. So you can put a large mag on there, a medium mag, but obviously we want large. You got reflex sight of some variety, combat sight, sword scope, medium scope, long scope. So you got some options. Let's put the reflex sight on there just to look at what that looks like. Compensator, muzzle brake, suppressor, large bayonet. Right? Still very similar things to the pipe weapons. Obviously, you can make it suppress, all that things. And that's pretty much it for the rifle. Now, that's still pretty good. This it's an okay reflex sight. It does shoot full auto. 5mm ammunition is pretty common to find in big chunks because the game expects you to use the only normal 5mm gun, which is the minigun, which chews through bullets. So you should have lots of 5mm ammunition around. It's like breaking my headphones though, because of how much that audio is going. Now, obviously, that might not be the most optimal way to do it, but as you see, like, I think there's a lot of good stuff about this. Maybe because like most Fallout things, you want to go semi-auto. But I think the long barrel is good. I think the marksman stock is the way to go, right? You probably want to put like a longer scope on there. Let's see what this combat sight looks like before we go to different scopes and stuff. And maybe you want to make it suppressed. You want to sneak around with it. 94 accuracy is a lot. That's ugly. Like, shoot that guy is a thing. I don't know why my suppressed weapon sounds so quiet. Maybe I've modded something to do that. But the reload looks nice, right? All this stuff looks fine. It looks like a combat rifle, but like homemade style. Now, obviously, I think I'm going to go with short scopes or something on here, right? Like, let's see. let's go with like a regular short scope. What's that look like? And then we'll go with it. I mean, like it's almost like a homemade M16, right? Like this is with some other parts thrown in there too, right? Like, but yeah, it's a lot more like a rifle, right? But the homemade, and there's still some pipe pieces and stuff. Like we use pipe to kind of like, you can see there's kind of like an old fashioned, like the fashion the scope on there. We like made a ring out of that. The iron sights were obviously originally pipe. Like there's a pipe connector to connect the stock to the weapon, right? Like you can use different things and still make it a pipe weapon. So still like a homemade style weapon, but less like as trash. People's opinion about these weapons is not very good. But yeah, sneaky headshots. I know for some reason my sounds are quiet. I don't know, mods are thing, okay? So for that purpose, I'm going to take the suppressor off just so I can actually hear the weapon. But yeah, that's the rifle, right? This is our homemade self-loading rifle, right? Like, so like, the deal would also be here, like we have obviously 2 other weapons here. So we have the Restored Revolver pistol. So this one has a lot of options. So we have 4 shots or 5 shots or 8 shots or reinforced cylinder or BFR or BFR 4570 or BFR 500. So obviously, big fucking is BFR stands for big fucking round. 410. So that's a shotgun. A shotgun pistol. Now, obviously, we have some barrels here too. Like this is way more of a revolver, a custom revolver. So we want a long barrel. Obviously, you want to go long barrel, right? I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, maybe if we're doing a shotgun, we want a short barrel. It does increase reload speed for the gunslinger version. Because the long barrel reduces hipfire accuracy. Maybe you want the hipfire accuracy. But you can also put a stock on this revolver, which you could on the other revolver, like the base pipe revolver, if I remember right. You probably just want the comfort grip, though, hipfire accuracy. You don't need bash with a shotgun in this particular instance. The same reflex sight, same combat sight, short scope or medium scope. We'll just leave the standard sights on there for now. We could also calibrate the trigger, hair trigger, hard trigger, powerful trigger, calibrated powerful trigger, advanced trigger, double action. Better damage, faster fire rate. So we'll put that on there. 0 accuracy, it says, though, as a stat. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Let's make sure we equip the pipe shotgun. I mean, I've done it to it, okay? So, like, let me make sure I find the weapon. So, I mean, I hit. The VATS is going to be... No, I guess it's okay. I thought the accuracy stat was going to make it. There's my turret way over there. Still doing okay. I mean, it's not... That's pretty far for a shotgun. But obviously, we're loading shotgun shells, too, in that revolver chamber. And we're shooting a shotgun revolver. The customization there. Like, so obviously that's a big part of where the customization comes from. You probably want the long barrel on there. You can choose the grip or stock depending on... See, the grip actually gives me more range than the stock suit because the gunslinger perk does that in this game. And you can choose your sight and all that stuff. But we could also do other things. Right? Obviously, you can work your way up. You can do 10mm, .38. You can go 8-shot 10mm, right? Which increases the fire rate and the range. So we could do 8 10mm shots. You have a very large cylinder there, but it does work, right? You can customize this thing. It's just like an actually homemade style weapon, right? Where you can kind of do whatever you want with it. I think the way to go would be to like obviously make the biggest, most powerful round you could put in there, which is the 50 caliber bullet. I don't know how many rounds we get in these BFR ones. 5? 5's still a lot. That's like, you know, a lot of damage. I couldn't quite see that one getting loaded. Obviously, I have some kind of speed loader on there. It reloads really quick, which is good too, because that was one of the things that like the pipe revolver, the base game one, doesn't reload very quick. Now, obviously, it does look still kind of rough and homemade. I don't know, people don't like the rough look of the weapons. They want their guns to all be modern guns. They modern M16s and fucking all kinds of real life, you know, Glocks and shit into their games, so that way you have like guns that look like real guns. But this looks like a homemade gun, but also has all the functionality of something being really cool and useful. So obviously we have our 50 caliber homemade revolver here. We have our semi-auto self-loading rifle. Now obviously we have to get to the Boomstick, which is called a Raider Boomstick. I imagine maybe Raiders make these a lot. They're like, fuck it, shotgun. Obviously I have the quick hands perk and all that stuff. The reload is very quick. So let's take a look here. Extra legal receiver, improved rate of fire, reduced damage, inferior range, automatic fire. So, alright. Obviously, advanced is probably the way to go because you get more range and damage and stuff per bullet. But, like, full auto, I just want to see short barrel and short tube. So you can make a longer tube and a short barrel. So you want a longer tube so you can hold even more rounds. So you want the extra long barrel and extra long tube, ideally. Narrow spread, too. So maybe like a choke type effect in there. Obviously, you want the stock. Recompensate some recoil, especially if we're going to fire this thing full auto. That reflex or combat sight. I don't think either of those are necessary. We got a duckbill choke on here too, which is an interesting thing. I don't think I've ever seen a duckbill choke as an attachment in a mod at all on any shotgun. Suppressor bayonet, but I will put the choke on there because that should be interesting. 143 range with 42 accuracy. The accuracy stat's still not good because Fallout statistically hates shotguns. But this should be nice. I mean, obviously it's full auto too. Like, this is kind of nuts. How many rounds is this? 8? 8 on the extra long tube. We obviously have the big long stock you can see on there. The recoil's not too bad. I can control it. I am controlling it too, just so you guys are aware, because this is what it looks like if you don't. Like I said, that's full auto, so I don't think you actually need it full auto, other than the fact that it is kind of fun to just unload a fucking whole volley of shells on there. I like this stock, like this. The stock did this, right? Yeah, the stock give you like a spaz like pump handle. Not that this is even pump, right? Is it? It's just a handle. It's just a K handle. We'll go advanced receiver though, even though that is fun. I think advanced receiver is the way to go. Extra long barrel, extra long tube, marksman stock, which is the same stock that you use in the Handmade rifle. It's like an M16 stock. It's just like a stock you found, right? You could obviously go recoil compensating. This very much looks like a spaz then. Doesn't it look like a spaz? I mean, I don't need better aim with scope. Exceptional recoil. We'll just make it that. This is my shotgun now. I'm really excited to test out the shotgun in combat. But obviously, like I said, this place is all pipe weapons. So you can kind of get some of these weapons in the beginning of the game. Obviously, you're not going to do full modifications with any of these right away. But you get 3 really solid options, right? Instead of having like a pipe rifle, that you can either make semi-auto or full auto. A pipe pistol, which you can also make into a pipe rifle, I believe, right? Like you do that. You kind of have your pipe revolver, your pipe shotgun, and your pipe rifle, right? So you can mix and match whatever you want to use with those. Obviously, you find them out in the world. I find them out in the world a lot. I actually, if I have one complaint about this mod, is that it shows up too much. It shows up all the time. Every enemy I fight has one of these weapons on them. Like, the load order has just been flooded with these weapons, and there's no other way to find really any other weapons. That's like my only one negative complaint. Obviously, some combat tests has to occur here. Now, this is going to be a long one because we have to test out 3 different separate weapons. But hopefully you guys are in for it, and hopefully I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright, everybody, pulling up here on my Zombies Arena arcade mode. I got a full auto rifle, which is just spitting out that 5mm ammunition. I also gave it like a wood stock. It's not the most optimal stock, but I think it looks cool, right? The stylize of this looks nice. Texture quality on this is not maybe particularly amazing, but like it's nice enough, I think. And I really like the iron sights actually on these weapons, all of these weapons. So let's hop in the Zombie Arena arcade mode. Maybe we'll just shoot some zombies just for the intents and purposes, just to say we did. I mean, obviously they're ghouls, not zombies. I know that the ghouls get tilted about that, but you know, I don't care about the opinion of zombies. That's just kidding. So let's see what we got here. We obviously have to do a couple waves. Obviously, for 5mm ammunition, this is doing quite a bit of damage, even at full auto. I just like full auto guns, because I like to just sprint, right? Like, I think that's a good time. But, you know, everybody's entitled to their thing. Now, let's check, make sure. We're going to kind of do hybrid waves here. Hello, ghoul. Do some third-person shooting and some first-person shooting. Maybe some VAT stuff if it becomes relevant. Let's see. There should be some more down here. Usually is. Super-duper mart. Decent VATS accuracy all around at this range. Obviously, we haven't fully maximize the range. We haven't put like a short scope on it. Maybe we just shoot the ghoul in the head till it dies. 45, miss. The statistical chances of that are pretty low. It's fine though. Cool. Stay back. Works just fine in third person though. The animations look nice. Everything looks good there. We got apparently another ghoul somewhere. Where though is the question. Let's see. We run around a little bit. Go back to the first person though. Obviously, the gun is quite effective, though. For a pipe weapon, obviously, we've kind of maxed it up. But the intention is that you could technically use that in the endgame. Then, hold on. That seems to work pretty well. Maybe not the best rifle I've ever seen or overpowered or anything like that, but that one works well. I like that rifle. I really do. Now, we got a boomstick. We're going to get to that one. But we're going to use our big 500, or the 50 caliber revolver, which obviously is also a big overpowered kind of version of the thing. And you wouldn't probably start with that in the beginning game. You want to have a .38 8-cylinder or 10mm 8, you know, 6-cylinder or whatever you end up being able to craft. But these weapons do have quite a bit of customization, like just as much as the basic game pipe weapons do. I'm like knowing they're going to spawn in here. No? If I look at it, they won't do it. Hello there. Obviously, that one's dead. That one didn't really stand a chance. Nothing really stands a chance. This revolver is going to be very powerful as shit. Now, I can't think of a build that really uses that legendary? Was it legendary? Legendary. Kneecap or knuckles? I mean, that's actually kind of good. I actually think that's a good legendary effect. I do like punching myself some things. I mean, decently accurate. Obviously, you could put a short scope on this, and this would be a lot easier than what I'm doing right now. But iron sights aiming, still doing just fine. Hello, ghouls? I mean, we're going to one-shot all the ghouls. That's not a problem at all. I literally forgot to go... but, you know, third person. We'll do a third person wave with this one. Make sure the reload works. That looks fine. I mean, obviously, it looks a little quick, too. I think this particular revolver reload just looks really fast. And I guess it's not really fitting in my character's hand very well there. I don't know if you guys can see that down at the bottom of your screen there. But my character's not really holding that grip with any kind of way that makes sense. That grip is really fat. Like when you're shooting the weapon, not too much of a problem. Did that legendary go down in one shot? Was that legendary? I don't know, maybe it wasn't. I was just, you know, seeing things. But as you see there, when I'm like carrying the weapon, but obviously I have a very particular set of third-person animations you might not be using as well. When I'm shooting the weapon, it all looks fine. But when I'm like, the gun is lowered, I'm not holding that grip correctly. It kind of looks a little bit awkward. Not the biggest deal in the world, I think, but you know, it could be a problem for you, and you're allowed to have a problem with it. You're gonna get bash shot because I say so. If you decided to have the audacity to hit me, I'm gonna make you do a tumble over yourself. Little bitch. That guy had Calmex just sitting on him. So obviously that's the revolver though, right? Which is powerful. Obviously we made it powerful. It's not gonna always be that powerful, but it does function, right? And now the most exciting of them all, we got the Spaz. Semi-auto. The best ghoul killing weapon that exists. I'll reload before you can do anything. Your leg is dead. Sucks to suck. A charged pole hook. What a garbage. Now we're going to do another wave. We'll do one more wave because we got to test out the shotgun some more. And like I said, this is the one I'm most excited about using. It just has really nice animations, really high quality stuff. Even as its own separate gun, this Raider Boomstick. Just kind of, it looks really cool, right? It looks like a really cool pipe shotgun thing. I'm trying to turn my flashlight on so you can kind of see it a little bit more. I do have lighting and mods on that make it really dark. It's a really cool looking shotgun. Let's do some third person shooting with it. Make sure all those animations work. What's our lowered animation look? Everything looks fine. Looks like I'm actually holding the gun. You can kind of see that big old stock on there though. I'm just like waiting for them to spawn in. I'm obviously not trying to sneak with the shotgun anyway though, so having the flashlight on doesn't really hurt nothing. It's maybe not quite as effective as I thought. Like that, the reload looks fine and third person is holding up. It didn't... I thought the shotgun was going to be a little bit more powerful than it is. VAT's accuracy is very good, though. 95 body shot. But that obviously just barely chipped it, right? Like, shotguns are so weird. Why are they going to make shotguns weird with VATs? Bethesda. But obviously, the range there is quite effective. You just hit me really hard. Stop. It is quite spammy, too. Like, I'm going to keep spamming it. It's also, like, breaking my ears. No, keep coming. Just like, and stay back. Ghoul Slayer's automatic assault rifle is fine. I mean, it'd be really relevant in this situation. But that's that. I mean, that's 3 new weapons. Like, new in parentheses there is what I was trying to do with my fingers. But I'm also trying to make sure I escape in time. Because we've already done a lot of waves. We've done a long video here. But it's 3 new weapons that didn't previously exist in the game that replace the pipe weapons. And I think they're better. Obviously, having a pipe shotgun is kind of a cool effect as it is. Obviously, bullet counter reload would be a lot on that. I think the fact that you can make this, like, revolver into whatever you want it to be. You can do this big 50 cal revolver like I got here. Pipe style, all that still. But, you know, I think you can probably change the grip up there because you can kind of see my fingers clipping into it anyway. I'm not really thinking that's clipping. I'm just thinking I'm, like, squeezing it really hard. And, like, it's like foam, so, like, cover, you know. You can go with whatever head cannon you want. And then obviously, like, what is essentially just a rifle, right? Like, it just is a... That's the boomstick again. I get lost in the sauce sometimes. But yeah, essentially just what could be a full auto rifle, semi-auto rifle. You know, you could snipe with it kind of. You could put a long-range scope on there. Semi-auto, suppressor, tap, kill all the mans. But still a pipe weapon. It's still like a homemade kind of like... People post-apocalyptic made these things, right? It still looks like that, but it looks like instead of just making things completely out of pipe... You use pipes to connect different gun parts to make kind of a makeshift weapon. And I think a lot of you are going to like having this in your game rather than pipe weapons. I know some people just like want a mod that's like get rid of pipe weapons. They just don't exist and then you just have better guns, right? Like, and I can respect that because I never ever... I mean, on my first playthrough of Fallout 4, I definitely did use the pipe weapons. You know, a decent little bit because I had no idea what it... But then, like, every playthrough after that, I was like, as soon as I could possibly get off of pipe weapons, I'm never going to use them again. And then you don't. Like, you definitely don't use them into the end game and stuff like that. But I think these ones you definitely can. I think they're powerful. I think you can make them powerful. I think they scale well throughout the game. I could see how the builds would change and like the attachments would increase throughout the game as you kept doing that. And like I said, you can find them everywhere. They're just like that's the one complaint I have about the mod, is that it just kind of throws itself. Every raider, every gunner, every person with a gun is carrying one of these guns. Maybe you could tone that down a little bit. But other than that, I think it's a great mod. So if you guys want to check out the Assault Pack Pipe Gun Replacer mod for yourself, make sure to check out the top link in the description. Let me know what you think of the mod in the comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. That way you can check out more videos of me. You can also become a channel member with the link at the very bottom of the description. You pay me like $1 a month, and then you get to be a member. You get a cool little badge next to your name in the comment section, and you support the channel. So, you know, I could appreciate that too. You could also, you know, just have a good day. I'd appreciate that too. Like, just try your best to be good, man, and have good times. But yeah, also, I'm playing through Starfield. I almost forgot to mention that. You should check out the Starfield playthrough if you haven't already. By this time this video comes up, there should be like a bunch of parts up. And I am having a blast with Starfield. Like, really, really, like, it's just in my head. It's all I think about. You guys, but yeah, pretty much other than that though, you guys, I will see you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day. You really do, or whatever time it may be. And I will see you in the next episode.